And this question comes in, which I'm going to play for you, and she's a bumbling idiot. She has no clue. The whole interview is sad that they even put her on. She had no business being there, and you should watch this. It's linked in the show notes at 449.nashownotes.com. You should watch it just to see how uninformed and stupid the media really are, and this woman writes about healthcare. And then we looked up what is mentioned here. This is, remember now, Romneycare is in Massachusetts. It's, in fact, relatively similar to Obamacare. But listen to what this guy says, and then I've got the relevant legislation here for you.
Good morning. I think there's another way that they're getting revenue from this, which a lot of people don't know about, and it happened to my father. He was elderly, he had a head injury, and was on Mass Health for a short period of time, and he had money in the stock market, and they didn't tell him that he didn't have that, or he probably wasn't even in the right condition to know this stuff. But after he passed, they put a claim in for every penny that he had when I was in probate, and are going after his house. And I'm sure this happens to a lot of elderly people that really don't understand it. They think that they have to be on Mass Health, and they don't have anyone that really fully explains it. And he really had no idea what he was doing, and we weren't around enough to be able to really get into it. And actually, we didn't even know he was on Mass Health at the time. But I think this is happening to a lot of people. They're losing their house. They're losing, money from that their children should be getting, or grandchildren. And I would like to know if there's anything on that amount, like how much they're getting from that type of behavior.
Thanks, Dave. Let's go to Christine.
I don't know. Yeah, this is the first I'm hearing this. Your father, you said he was elderly. Wouldn't he be on a government program for the elderly, like Medicare?
Man!
I'm sorry, we don't have him on the line anymore, but talk us through that, Christine. How does that work in Massachusetts? Is it any different than any place else in the country?
Well, I don't know the particulars of Dave's circumstance, but from what I heard, it doesn't, if you're elderly, if I think
you hear that she has no clue, right? And now she's fumbling.
Yeah, she's dumb.
Yeah, this is a report. I just put a little. It tickles me to hear these reporters who don't know crap.
I don't know what the age is. It of course depends on when you opt in.
Yeah,
the government program for older people.
Yeah, you don't know. So here it is. And I read to you directly from the mass.gov website. This is MassGov. This is their health. Yeah, Mass Health. Estate recovery. You're going to love this, John. This is great. Be very happy you're not in Massachusetts. Mass Health has the right to get back money from the estates of Mass Health members after they die. In general, the money that must be repaid is for service paid by Mass Health for a member after the member turned age 55, or for a member who is any age and for whom Mass Health paid for care in a nursing home. If real property like a home must be sold to get money to repay Mass Health in limited circumstances may decide that the estate does not need to pay Mass Health. The property must be left to a person, blah, 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 blah. So essentially...
Actually, Mimi, when my mother died, we looked into a bunch of these things, actually before where she was being hospitalized, and some of the tricks they're trying to pull. It turns out that particular rule is in play almost everywhere. Medi-Cal in California will take your house.
Really?
Yeah, and I guess the Medicare system is also equipped to do the same thing. And it all has to do with the way you were hospitalized. If you are hospitalized for a continuous period of, there's something about, like, I don't remember the details. I was gonna write a little paper on it, but you know me.
No, it's forthcoming, everybody. Don't worry. Right along with the education stuff.
Apparently, there's these rules about, like, for example, if you get hospitalized for 30 days, you are considered to have abandoned your property, and they can take it.
What?
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a bunch of this stuff. This whole medical thing and the government wow. This is the only reason why people should really think about the single payer. These are all scams. All these insurance deals and the government insurance, all the rest of it, it's just a complete ripoff.
Well,
you will be scammed if you're not careful. So
this is I didn't even know this was going on in Medicaid, but it's just like, wow, and is this what we're going to get? We're going to get more of this? And the guy had kids, but he took all his stocks, sold all of that. I mean, what is the point of paying taxes or paying insurance or a combination, and then then it pays off because you got sick or whatever, and then they turn right around and say, okay, hello, I'm here to collect, and that's messed up, man. That's totally it's
worse than you think. When you really start looking into it, it's just amazing. Some of this, just as terrible. In fact, if anyone has someone who's older and there's some issues, there are lawyers that specialize in dealing with this, and you have to track one of them down and start using them, because they'll tell you. Because you're going to be asked, for example, somebody will call, and the way it works at Kaiser is that they have these people called social workers.
Uh-oh.
And a social worker does nothing for you. Their whole scam is to get the patient out of their system.
Right.
And they do everything they can to do that. And once you have one of these attorneys and they just say, don't talk to them, kind of thing. It's just like, it's just amazing. I'm remiss for not writing up more of these details. I feel bad about it now.
Well, I'm reading, as the chat room is kind of scrolling by, it looks like Maryland has this. I mean, you're right. It looks like this is not something completely foreign or new, but then, why are you hearing about this on this crappy podcast? And when this woman from the Boston Herald, isn't that supposed to be a real publication, the Boston Herald? Is that is there any prestige to that or not?
Yeah, it's a second-rate major market newspaper in Boston,
right.
Second to the Boston Globe.
Right. Well, she doesn't know crap.
Well, hello.
But this is going on like everywhere. I should give up.
You should.
Why am I even bothering?
It's horrible.
Why am I even bothering?
It's horrible.
Yeah.
What's going in this country in terms of scamming the public with, all the legislative people involved, it's horrible.